exactly with the correct amount.
That was cutting from Last Stonecast. Last Stonecast has released Life Construed through A&S Records, a collection of 10 tracks destined to have listeners across the country clamoring for more. The lineup consists of Scott McConnell on vocals and lead guitar, John Epstein on bass, and Billy Morrison on drums and backing vocals. This dynamic trio turns out to be an astonishing, uncommon sound. You have more of that bluesy and southern rock feel to Life Construed. One of my favorite song tracks from Last Stonecast is I Don't Owe You Anything. That came off their first EP.
Hi everyone, this is Alan Kay, and you're tuned to HMTV Canada Easing, and I'm sure that you're glad you did.
Hi, DJ Tina here, host of HMTV Canada Easing. With me today is Last Stonecast for a follow-up on a new CD that they're working on and will be out by the fall. Hi Last Stonecast, how are things?
Good, we're doing great.
Have you been touring much since you came out with your last album, Life Construed?
Absolutely. We just had a big CD release party at Musica in downtown Akron, and had a really nice turnout. And this summer we're going to go on the road promoting it, getting some shows lined up.
Can you tell me about your last tour? What you liked about it? Did you sell lots of CDs and merchandise? Did you have a good turnout of fans attending?
Everything was great. The crowds are great, going from Michigan down to North Carolina. Just seeing people out, and what's the best part is MySpace is how many people you can reach through that. And a lot of people have been out to see the shows from being MySpace friends. Yeah, it's really kind of surprising how well that worked.
When you continue on your tour for 2009, will you be doing any videos of this tour, like funny roadside insanities of the tour or behind-the-scenes backstage events?
Well, I'd like to tell you that it's a glamorous and rock and roll cliche, but I guess we're pretty laid back and lame. You got well standard. 3 old road dogs laying there going, oh shit, what are we doing, man?
Oh, that sounds like fun. I understand that you got signed to a new record label. What's their name?
A&S Records. They're down in Texas.
Okay, and how's that working out for the band?
So far, it seems to be a pretty productive relationship. When you're trying to do an independent release, the way we're doing it on an independent label, it's a slow, steady thing. And the record companies definitely helped us move that along quicker than we would have otherwise. And we're just waiting to see. We just started working on the next CD this week, actually, we started. And, whether we go with A&S again on that one, and I'm pretty sure they'll have us back, or if we move on somewhere else, it really depends on what happens this summer.
That brings me to my next question. Can you tell me about the new CD that you're writing the songs for right now? Maybe a hint about the lyrical contents. What themes are you addressing in this new CD?
That would be you, Scott. That'd be me. I don't want to divulge too much. Once again, it's a variety of heavy and mellow, and we're trying to get a little more technical for the music guys out there, but now we're still writing songs for chicks. There it is.
So it's basically around love and relationships?
Not so much on this one.
How about social issues regarding like world events, maybe politics or religion?
Absolutely.
Okay. Is this going to be a lot more heavier?
Yeah, that's what we've been getting a lot of requests for.
So it's going to be more metal-driven?
Anyway.
Okay. How many tracks are going to appear on this new CD?
Well, right now we have 14.
Wow.
Whether we end up with 14 on the CD or not depends on how well they go in rehearsals and pre-production. Because it might end up being 12, or maybe something else will happen and they'll be 15.
Well, actually, we had over 30, but we narrowed it down to 14 to start with.
Wow. You could always make a double CD.
I suggested that, but I don't know if it's quite in the budget yet.
We're watching it. You don't want to work that damn hard.
Yeah, right. I got to remember the lyrics to each album that I write. If I have to remember a double album, I'll never do it.
Has there been any challenges in laying the song tracks down for recording for this new CD?
Technique?
Yeah, for this new CD that you're making.
Oh, just right now for rough scratch tracks, I got an old Tascam 4-track cassette that still works like a champ, and I couldn't get $10 for it at a yard sale, but it works what we need to do.
And then we'll, do it the same way we always do, where we'll go in studio. We've been working in the Lava Room in Cleveland. Not sure if we'll go back there or not. We haven't decided yet. We might try someplace new, someplace different. But we record pretty much the old-fashioned way, just putting the three of us in a room and playing, and going back and have Scott doing the vocals, and that's it, What you hear on the CD is what you get when you come and see us. That's our philosophy.
That's awesome. Can you give us a name or a hint of the name of a new CD or that you're coming out with?
Yeah, wow, that's weird.
Yeah. that was the last thing. I think after we have the albums done is when we come up with a title, maybe. And just like Life Construed, that was a lyric that jumped out of one of the songs at us, which ironically did not get put on the CD. It got released as our single.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know anything.
But you don't have a name put to this new CD that you're creating?
Not as of yet.
Okay.
Maybe not for 3. How great is that?
Do we have any song titles? Seventh Day.
Seventh Day, yeah, and possibly Seventh Day. We have thrown that around.
Okay. What about with regards to artwork? Do you have any ideas for the artwork of this new CD?
Well, I don't really,
I'm thinking John gets naked in pastels and rolls around on the sheet, and then we...
I can do that.
But I don't think he'd make a very good impression.
I make an excellent impression. Very banana-like.
It sounds fun.
Whoa.
And how about merchandise? Are you selling hoodies, T-shirts, guitar picks, lighters, that sort of thing?
No lighters. No lighters. No lighters. Not a bad idea, though.
The liability
How
clause.
much our fans smoke? Yeah.
Actually, no, we sold out of our T-shirts. We're getting more made, and the first...
Sold out of CDs.
Yeah, we sold out of CDs between selling them online for CD Baby and selling them at shows and just, different various small outlets. We're out and we got to get more made.
Oh, they're coming.
We got some guitar picks made up, some earrings, stuff like that.
And how are the CD sales? Are you making them more on the internet or more at the live shows?
Seems to be a combination of both.
We've got more steady sales over the internet, obviously, but the live shows we tend to get, a bunch sold at one time. But like Scott said, I mean, the first print run of the CD is gone. I mean, I don't even have one.
Neither do I. We always give them away, and then it's like, you got one? No, you got one?
We have the next batch is being printed and being shipped. We have a big show, a private show actually, in Akron on the 13th of June that we have to have, these things done by because they're expecting like 14,000 people or something.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we definitely need to have some CDs.
Yeah, for sure. Do you have a distribution company pressing your CDs now?
No, we still do that through Harvey at A&S Records, and then we distribute it ourselves as well through some private distribution networks that come out of North Carolina and Ohio, and CD Baby. The CD Baby seems to be our big seller. That seems to be the one that works the best for us. For actual CDs. Record company's done really well with getting stuff out digitally on XM radio and Sirius and all that crap. I don't even know where all it is. He sent me a list. It was
all over the place.
Worldwide. And we're it's kind of funny, and I was trying to figure out the other day, looking at these spreadsheets he was sending me, how the hell I was supposed to figure out how we get paid through all that. The royalties that we end up with on some of these things are just ridiculous, man. They're selling a song from iTunes for like 39 cents or something, and we end up with like a quarter of a penny or something.
Oh, really? Wow. Where does the rest of that go?
Record companies, publishers,
The man.
providers, the man.
Oh, wow.
So, we're much more interested in selling physical CDs because we do better in terms of royalties on that. But
Plus, it's cool when people ask you to autograph them.
right, you can't autograph them. Great.
No, that's right. Have you been approached by Walmart or any other of the bigger stores to sell your CDs?
No, not yet. I'm pretty sure, I'm speaking for the rest of us, where we probably refuse
Just
Walmart.
because they edit all their music, and I believe people should have a choice.
And I also have a really big problem with their trade practices, some of the labor stuff that they do overseas. I won't shop at Walmart. I'm sure Buck won't sell my CD there.
Okay.
If they pay us a lot of money, we'll reconsider it.
You have to beat me up, and then it will be okay.
Yeah, I think touring is where it's at, and that's where most of the bands make the money and sell the most merchandise.
Absolutely.
So, do you plan on a North American tour? Can we expect to see you up in here in Canada soon?
We have been trying to get to Canada. We have fans in Canada. We have a lot of fans in Canada. I'm in Canada all the time, but it's such a pain in the ass, Tina, because of the work permits and the visas that we have to get and all that kind of stuff. And trying to get promoters up north to see you guys to help us offset that cost has really been problematic. So we hold out, it'll happen eventually. I absolutely want to play Toronto. I want to play down around Barrie. I absolutely want to play Montreal. That's just a killer city.
Mm-hmm.
There's all kinds of places around Greater Toronto. I mean, there's millions of clubs. Well, you know that. You live there.
When you get down towards Toronto and Woodstock and London and our area, it's extreme metal. There's a huge underground metal scene here, and the kids are just hungry for metal. They can't get enough of it. If you're a metal band or you're a heavy, hard metal band or even death metal or Christian death metal rock, you are going to get your concerts packed because the kids just love it. I mean, there's not enough metal bands here to satisfy the hungry kids out here. But when you get towards Northern Ontario, it's more classical rock.
Well, I'll play for you. We'll come. We sleep on your couch.
There's a huge underground metal scene here. There's a lot of the younger kids, they want metal. They can't get enough of it.
Cool. We'll bring them some, Yeah, because some of that London, Ontario, Southern Ontario scene bleeds over down to, like, Buffalo and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's where you get a lot of the metal scene in that area as well.
Absolutely right. Yeah, I mean, we're definitely all about getting up to Canada and play. We just got to find a way to make it happen that won't end up costing us money. We don't necessarily mind not making a fortune. We don't expect to ever be rich, but, we got to eat something off the dollar menu now and then, right?
Yeah.
So help us figure that one out. We'll definitely be there.
Did you check into the last links that I gave you, like Cyclone Records and other companies, Asher Media?
Yeah, I did make some contact with those folks and heard back from them, but not really much. It was more pleasantries. I should probably push that a little bit harder.
Yeah, because they can do a lot to get you up here for concerts and that sort of thing. Another one is Inertia Concerts. They're all on www.hmtvcanada.com.
Okay, I'll take a look at that later on tonight then. You got the contact names and all that stuff on there, Tina?
It'll direct you right to their website, and all their contacts names are on their website.
Ruby, awesome.
Yeah, like John Asher of Asher Media, like you can contact them.
Okay, cool.
They work with a lot of bands like Special Ops and different bands down in the USA as well.
Alrighty, definitely very good. I appreciate it. Yes, absolutely want to play. Look out, Canada.
Okay, so you've been getting tons of radio airplay with the new label. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yes, they're doing really well.
Okay, and now with this new CD that you're creating right now, do you have anyone helping you with the mixing and the mastering process?
That's pretty much John.
That's pretty much me. I usually work with Billy Morris, who has a studio up in Cleveland. He's a guitar player by trade. He's played with Warren, Quiet Riot, and stuff like that. Racer X. He and I have been working together for years, not just on this project, but on all kinds of stuff. So I'll probably just keep going with that because if the works don't fix it.
Yeah, he helped on the Life Construed album as well.
Awesome. So what's the plan for 2009? What's your main hopes and goals that you want to achieve?
We want to be big rock stars.
Platinum,
and have batteries for lunch every day. Basically, just keep reaching more people. Just want more people to hear more fans.
Yeah, just be able to keep doing what we're doing. The fact that we have people out there that are actually coming out to see us and supporting what we do, that's enough for me.
It's a great feeling. And it's a thrill looking out and seeing people sing along with your song.
That's awesome. And how about the music genre in your area? Are you getting your name out there locally in your own hometown? Are you playing live shows in your own hometown?
For the most part, yeah, we're trying to, move up the circuit on the bigger, better clubs. And what's stifling us now, this is not an area for original music.
Mm-hmm.
We're likely to have more original bands playing up there, but around Akron, it's tribute bands and cover bands.
We do better up in Cleveland just because they're more susceptible to original music, more into the original music thing. And we're just we're beyond the point with our playing and with the people that want to come and see us and whatever, that we can't do little, beer joints anymore. It's just not feasible for anybody, and it's just a pain in the ass for us and the people that come to see us and everything else. So we've found that we have to be a little bit more particular or selective about where we play, just so, everybody's going to have a good time. It's going to be worth coming out to the Stonecast playing in a burger stand or Long Gone.
You're not faced with anything where you walk into a club and you have to pay to play at any of those places?
We will not do it. Absolutely refuse to do it. I think it's a bunch of garbage.
We put that clearly up on our MySpace, very top center.
We will not pay to play.
You don't have to deal with that in Canada. There's no such thing.
It's very rude.
Yeah.
People expect you to do it.
It's the double.
Well, it's just greedy, promoters who are preying on people's dreams and hopes and aspirations.
Exactly.
It's and I don't know, after you've been around as long as we have doing this, you begin to realize that one show somewhere is not going to make or break your band. You can open up for Bruce Springsteen, and that's not necessarily going to sell a single ticket. But to pay for the privilege of playing for people who come out to see me, I don't think so.
That's what the biggest thing that the bands are complaining about is this pay-to-play issues. And then some of them, they get up there and they're only allowed to play like 3 full songs, and that's not long enough for them to really get that exposure that they need.
We've done that one time.
Yeah. You can't even get warmed up in 3 songs.
I know.
Time to go, we're on stage now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did that one time for some bar down in Columbus. We did 3 songs, and that was just not worth it, man. That was just not worth it.
For the nice folks at Capitol.
Yeah, we were doing that for Capitol Records.
Oh, wow. So when you're playing your live shows, are you including songs from your new CD and some songs from your last release, Life Construed?
Well, it really depends on if we're headlining the show or if we're being a support act. If we're headlining it, we play everything.
Okay.
If we're doing a support slot, we kind of put the set list together based on who it is we're supporting, and
what the crowd's going to be like.
What the crowd's going to be like. Is it going to be a heavier crowd? Is it going to be a crowd that's going to like the slower, mellower tunes better?
Are there going to be more chicks there?
That's funny.
That's the drummer.
So when we're doing our show, we do everything every night.
We'll be sneaking some of the new stuff in over the next 2 shows.
Yeah, that's coming in the next show or 2. So probably the next one, right?
Yeah.
Which do you like playing better, live indoor venues or outdoor venues?
Well, it depends on the weather. I like the indoor stuff in the winter, naturally.
That's a good question, actually.
I like festival feel.
Yes.
I like the festival thing at nighttime.
Yes.
Yeah.
When it's not 85 or 90
Out there in the
degrees.
middle of the afternoon in July when it's 100 degrees, that's
not a good
terrible.
thing.
That's not a good thing. But it's just a different vibe,
It is, yeah, because with outdoor festivals, you're able to reach a lot more fans. You have a bigger setup on stage, and you're not spending hours trying to fit in your drums here, or your guitar there, or that amp here, or that mic there.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I was thinking. And outdoor venues, like, you get a better group of crowds, like, of all ages attending, and they're bigger, and the sound is way better because it's open air, and that sound is you can hear it for miles.
Exactly. And plus it gives us, like you said, it gives us a chance to, connect with our younger audience that's not old enough to get into bars or whatnot,
Right. Yes. So my last question is, do you have any shout-outs for friends or fans?
Every what thing?
Shout out for friends or fans.
Yes.
Well, Man Jim needs one.
Yeah, Metal Man Jim. He's a friend that shows up at a lot of shows.
This
And,
kid has been at, like every show.
Wow.
We've done. Matter of fact, we're going to make him president of our street team.
He's the guy that when Scott Kent's Remember to the lyrics, he looks over to see what he's singing.
That's necessarily all true.
That's a fan.
For sure.
Shout-outs, other shout-outs.
Lori and John.
Lori and John, yeah.
Carl with the K.
Carl with the K and Nancy.
Oh, yeah, there's two of them now.
Yeah,
Hi, Kim.
shout out to Terry and Missy.
Melissa, my wife.
Ow, okay.
I already done it. I dropped the bomb on him. Now he's obligated.
My wife Tracy is Sundayman, and
I already did the Kim thing.
oh, that's why you're late.
Do it. I want to thank God. I want to thank the Academy, my producer and manager.
Shout out to A&S Records for the moment.
You bet. I think that's it.
Call him back.
Okay.
Thank you, Last Stonecast, for the follow-up. When your CD comes out, we'd like to do another follow-up.
We'll be there.
We're there.
Okay, look forward to it. Horns high, you rock. Thank you.
Thank